Was, let us know if he hits you or crosses a line physically. Harvey Weinstein is a 64-year-old world-famous man, and this is his company. The balance of power is me, 0, Harvey Weinstein, 10.
Go right.
You've got the story. Once we publish, everything else will come out.
Dr. Lauren O'Connor. Yeah.
Get a hold of the Weinstein Company board for their response.
For eons, print media has been our main source for learning resources, recording history, and receiving the latest news. When we hear breaking news, we brace ourselves for the good or bad, uncovering triumphs, scandals, and events that shape our world. She Said is a 2022 film distributed by Universal Pictures and directed by Maria Schrader. Based on a true event, it is about two New York Times journalists, Megan Twohey and Jodi Kantor, investigate and expose allegations of sexual abuse toward women from Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. The news article, it resulted to ignite the hashtag #MeToo movement, shattering years of silence around the topic of harassment and sexual assault. This film emphasizes the power of investigative journalism to spark societal change. Maria Schrader is a German actress, screenwriter, and director. Between 1983 to 1985, she studied at Max Reinhardt Seminar in Vienna, then later on performed at theaters in Hanover, Bonn, Vienna, and Venice. She also directed other films like award-winning 2007 movie Love Life and the 2020 Netflix series Unorthodox. That series awarded her a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Directing for a limited series. Rebecca Lankiewicz is a British screenwriter, film director, and playwright. She was the writer for She Said. She's known as the author of Her Naked Skin and the first living female playwright to perform on the Oliver stage at the Royal National Theatre. She was also Oscar nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. The movie was adapted from the book called She Said, Breaking the Sexual Harassment story that helped ignite a movement, written by the journalists themselves. These journalists wrote their whole experience in that book, therefore credibility is paramount. The film takes great care in staying true to the real events, utilizing journalists' books along with interviews and other public records. Both of these journalists adhere to and honor ethical journalism. They don't participate in political campaigns and want to be as transparent as possible to be guided by the truth. This emphasizes the reason why the message of the film is so important. It's not only to highlight the event, but to demonstrate the power of journalism can expose the darkest secrets and systemic abuse. For example, the Watergate scandal. According to Investigative Impact, a project of the Global Investigative Journalism Network, the evidence kept piling up. The team's reporting helped unravel the threads of a massive criminal conspiracy filled with break-in, political dirty tricks, laundered money, illegal spying, and obstruction of justice. Because of Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein's effort to investigate, the Supreme Court was involved in forcing former President Nixon to hand over the tapes, stating, "No one, not even the president, is above the law." The main audience target was primarily adults, but also women who were harassed and sexually abused. In the film, not only are we viewing through the eyes of journalists, but we also see and hear the survivor retell their stories. The film showed Laura on the phone with Jodi Kantor stating,
Look, I never signed any contract. I'm not gagged, and I want to speak out on behalf of the women who can't. I have 3 daughters, and I don't want them to ever accept abuse or bullying as normal. You can use anything I've said. I'll do it. I'll go on the record.
This is a powerful example of framing theory. That message is supposed to get the audience to react in a way where not only these women are getting justice, but also allowing the journalist to use her as a source to demonstrate that Laura dares to break the silence and carries emotional weight. They're not only spreading awareness, but also to inspire and to take action into breaking the system that protects the abuser. The origin of She Said is grounded in print journalism. On October 5th, 2017, the New York Times published an article called Harvey Weinstein Paid Off Sexual Harassment Accuser for Decades. However, over time, the format has changed. While the original investigation appeared in print, it soon reached a wider audience through digital platforms, social media, and television coverage, which allowed people to resonate globally. During their interview with Roy Chui, in the movie, we see the darker side of victim mental health, which many others can relate to as well.
It was a mess. I felt incredibly alone. I couldn't tell anyone about it, and the isolation just ate into me. One day I disappeared from work. I wanted to be dead. I didn't know how to be, how to keep going, living with it. I tried to kill myself, but I didn't know how. I felt I failed at even that.
It's not just an isolated issue in Hollywood for sexual harassment, but a widespread problem across industries. The film adaptation of She Said represents a shift in how this story is now consumed, from print and digital news to the silver screen. At the time the movie was released, it showed the importance of journalism and challenged the power structure. Even now, sexual assault is still a grand issue along with the effects of Roe v. Wade being overturned. Whenever in doubt, don't forget, our voices do matter, as well as can make a change. When the Boston Globe Spotlight published the Catholic Church abuse scandal, the media and people reacted to transform the system. For instance, French priest Bernard Prenat was sentenced to 5 years in prison in March 2020 for sexually abusing dozens of children in 1970s, 1980s, and early 1990s. During his trial, he told the court he had not understood how serious or grave his crime were. She Said illustrated how influential and vital the role of investigative journalism, along with print media, is to uncover justice. As we continue to engage with print and digital media, we are reminded that their impact extends far beyond entertainment, shaping public discourse and demanding justice in ways that echo throughout society.